Alright, well, as you can see, I went a little bit ahead from the last video. I stripped everything down. Pulled the radiator hose, removed this one from here to there. Here's the drive shaft piece for the oil pump. You can get this at Summit Racing pretty cheap. Haven't got much sleep, so I'm a little bit bleh. I'm gonna be replacing that whole fuel line with a Summit Racing kit. Let's see here. Battery tray is out. And let's see. Here's the battery tray. It's salvageable. Got one bolt that's stuck down there. And as you can see, I need a new radiator, but this is my problem here. I don't know if you guys can see it. But I had to put RTV sealant down there because I figured out what I thought was a head gasket was not a head gasket. Was this old radiator has bent and it's not making a seal here. Doesn't matter what radiator cap you use, it's not making a seal. It makes it look like a blown head gasket, but it's not. I mean, this is I think the original radiator. This is a numbers matching 289D 64.5 Mustang. If I can zoom in here, I had to make my own cutoff switch. I'm not sure. I can't find out from anybody, but nobody seems to know if there was a cutoff switch in this. Text message. Here. I will be editing this shit out, so. Piece of crap. I don't make anything worth a damn anymore. And this is how you adjust the front piece. A lot of times the fenders are right. It's just this piece is bent, and you gotta order the whole thing because it's all one piece here. Somebody's put the wrong bolts in it. I'm gonna be replacing all these that hold the cover on. Get this dent out. I pulled the other one because the teeth are original, and I'm gonna take them to the chrome shop. Alrighty. Drained up everything in here. I've rebuilt the brakes, the whole thing. Next project is that suspension link and sway bar bushings, upper and lower control arms, hitman arm, idler. Let me see here. That much light down here. Let's see if we can get some more light. And these you can get from Home Depot. Make great catch buckets. Put the seal lid on them. Take them to the AutoZone and dump the oil. Now. Let me see here, let's put this thing to the side. If you look, I have those jack stands underneath, right on the frame piece. Two on the back. Holds it up pretty high. They're 3-ton jack stands. Alrighty. Now, this is what we replaced because my old oil pump locked up. So, I didn't replace this at all. This is staying the same. Here's the new oil pump from Ford Racing, standard flow, because I don't feel like putting a different oil pan on. And get rid of the stock. You're never going to find a stock fuel pump that actually works on this car. They're all made like shit nowadays, so the arms bend on them and you end up losing fuel pressure or have other issues. So I went with Holley makes a great stock standard pump. I think it was 80 gallons per hour or something like that. These are challenging too. The engine mounts are easy. You can do them right. You will need a lift. Not a lift, a engine lift. Lift it up. Because on these motors you really don't have very much room for a jack in the corners at all, and you might end up breaking this if you jack up on it, because this is a timing chain cover. On Fords, the whole front piece comes out, and you got a gasket right here, which I'm not replacing today. I'm gonna leave it alone, put some RTV sealant on it. Probably be the last set of gaskets. Short headers fit well. Cheap little upgrade. I will be going to long headers soon because I'm tired of tightening them all the time. And they're extremely freaking hot. So don't read the warranty thing. I mean, they're not going to warranty them anyway. If one cracks, they're going to tell you that you overheated them. So just go ahead and wrap them. Don't make the mistake I did and put them on there, because then you end up with a very close tolerance. Now, this is speculation. On the first D motors, before they changed the thermostat, the temp sending unit, it actually, on the stock one, you get a tiny sending unit, which I'll show you later. But this plug right here, if this is in here, that means somebody has updated it and moved it. So you're gonna want to put the original one back in there so the dash will work. The one that you saw up on the intake is my aftermarket gauge. If it is original wiring, you're probably going to have to replace some of the wiring. And here's the inside of the motor. Now, I don't know very much information about the car. I just bought it a few months back. But it is all numbers matching. I have run the numbers. It is a D motor, which is pretty rare for the 64s. They didn't make too many of them. And the ones they did make, most people ripped out and put a heavier horse motor in, the hypo. Because this one from factory only had 210, but I think somebody's rebuilt this one. I'm not sure. But I'll know that later when I get to talk to the original owner. I have this. You will have to pull the starter to get your oil pan out while you have it out. Just go ahead and check your teeth. Like, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. I'm gonna have to do this sooner or later. Let me see if I can get some more light on it. But I'm gonna show you what happens when you misalign a starter. I don't know if you can see it. But your teeth should. This ain't working. Yeah, and I wanted to show you another thing. Here's your manual steer. God dang it, come here. Here's your manual steer box. I'm pretty sure this one has a O-ring, or I've never rebuilt one, so I couldn't tell you. But I'm pretty sure this one has a O-ring in the bottom, or some type of slip sleeve that keeps it sealed with and you actually, what goes in here is the rear end fluid. But as you can tell, mine is not sealing very well. So I'm gonna have to rebuild that eventually. There's another plug right here to drain the block on the passenger side. I'm trying to think of anything else. And yes, that is a generator you're looking at. I missed it by 2 months. And the best bet, if you're going to put a trans cooler on your car, go ahead and just use the current one that you have and figure out which one's your hot line, which one's your cold coming out. And just loop it over to the cooler and you'll get a little bit more cool out of it. You see, factory transmission. And I did all the painting. It was originally orange underneath here. I'm not much caring about how neat it is, because in about 6 years I'm going to pull this whole car apart, and every little piece is going to be cleaned up, see what I can salvage and get a little bit of Bondo out of it. There's your timing chain. Good old metal timing chains. Good old engine. And this thing's actually quite easy to work on. But yeah, you can pull the yellow pan out, because there would be a cross member mounting. Let's see here. Cross member mounts right here. You unbolt that big old cross member that covers the pan. And I wish they'd still do this today, because I didn't need an engine lift to get the oil pan out. Yay! Made it a lot easier. And it mounts there, across there. When you got it down, you might as well clean it up, repaint it. Here's another little iffy thing here. I don't know if you can see it up there, but there's my ball joints. That looks like something's loose. Yeah, it's pretty bad, yeah. Alrighty. Well, now, this is not too bad a shape for losing an oil pump and sitting for 6 years without being started. I had to do a lot of work to get it going. There's the original pieces. Oh, got some leaks. And this is a C4 Cruise-O-Matic. First year for it. Interesting transmission. You can start this one out in second gear, and if you ain't careful, you'll confuse it for drive. And folks, to confirm it, there is my engine number.